Hey guys, welcome! Welcome to an Inking Idaho Facebook Live. I'm glad you could join me this afternoon. I've got a super cute project to show you today. We are going to make this little card, which is cute, but wait for it. Ready? Here we go. It's got a little shopping bag on the inside so that when you open the card flat and then it folds up. How cute is that? And then you can put a little gift card in it, fold it up, and mail it flat. Absolutely flat. So here we go. Look at that. Super cute. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to adjust the camera and tilt you down. So here we go. Hold on just a second. I'm going to try to get just as straight as we possibly can. Scoot you in. Okay, I think we're there. Alrighty, the stamp set that we're going to use today is the Spring Botanicals from the Bloom This Way catalog. This has been such a fun one to use this whole catalog season. We have till the end of the month to enjoy it. It is going to carry over, so if you haven't received it or gotten it yet, you can still order it. So that will be good. So again, here's the front of the card. This is what it looks like. And then when you open it up, we have the little bag in there. Okay, so we're going to do some stamping for the front of the card first. So today we're going to use Sweet Berry and we're going to use Green Olive. So I'm taking the flower and just inking it up. We're going to put it on here. And then we need one of the little flowers that we're going to just hand cut and use for the center. Put that away. And then we're going to take the leaf piece, the leaves, and we're going to do one here, and we're going to do one here. Put all that away. All right, so now we have our stamping done. So we are going to lay it on the die cut machine and cut each of these out. We'll do this one. So cool that we don't have to do any hand cutting, and then I'm gonna have to do that one separate because he's a little bit close. But these have a matching die set that goes with them. So once we cut them out, ta-da! I know you guys all know how to die cut, so there's really not a lot of reason to do that in front of you. Okay, so also with this one, whoops, there goes my scissors. Also, with this one, on the front of the card, I embossed it in the Yummy Dots embossing folder just to give it a little bit of texture. I'm actually using the pattern printed paper today that has the polka dots on it, so I thought that this polka dot folder would be a good choice for that. So I already did that. And then I have a strip of cardstock in the Sweet Berry color and then a strip of the patterned paper. I am going to give you guys a lot of measurements, so if you want to go ahead and write them down, you can. Hey, Rhonda. So this is 1¼ inch by 4, and then this is 1 inch by 4. I cut my card down to 4 by 5¼ my card front. All right, then we're just going to put this on. And find a line on here so that you can line it up nice and straight. Put that on. We're going to use a foam square to put on the back of this one. But before we do, we're going to position these guys about where we want them. Somewhere about like that. So that we can trap them in that foam square. Easy as that. And then we're going to take a tiny foam square. I love these itty bitties. And we're going to make a center just to add. I don't even think that flower really goes on that one, but it just kind of makes it a little bit more dimensional and fun. And then I used the Journey sequins called Bloom Time, and I just picked out 3 or 4. Well, no, really, I picked out 5. There you go. So I'm just gonna lay some adhesive down where I think I might want them to be, and then hope that I can see it once I get my sequins out. I'd like to put it down just a couple of seconds prior to putting my flowers down, because it gives it just a small chance to set up a little bit. Looking for a green one. This might not have been a good idea to do this in front of everybody, but we can do it. All right, so we'll put him down, set him up straight. I love these little flowers. They're just precious. And put him down there. And then I'm going to take one of the smaller iridescent ones and put that one there. Then a smaller green one right here, and another iridescent one if I can find it. Oh, here's an itty bitty. Oh, he's cute. Okay, we'll use that one. And that just kind of gives it a little bit more dimension. I love those sequins. Aren't they pretty? Look at them. You need these. I mostly collect these. I have used them maybe twice, but I mostly collect them. So you need them just because they look so dang pretty on your shelf, right? All right, we are gonna set this guy aside and let this all dry. As it's drying, just keep putting your finger on it to make sure that your little flowers are standing up. Sometimes they kind of lean a little bit, and we don't want that. All right, now I'm gonna give you some measurements here. I think I just readjusted myself. Are we still clear? Okay, good enough. All right, so this piece of patterned paper is 3 3/4 inch by 9 1/2. So 3 3/4 right here, 9 1/2 here. The first thing we're going to do is score on, I call this the short side. Even though it's long, I call it the short side because this is what we're scoring. So the short side gets 1/2 inch. So we'll score it at 1/2 inch. And then I'm just gonna flip it around because I used that side instead of this side. So 1/2 inch, and then we're gonna scoot it over to 2 3/4 of an inch. And those are our 2 long lines. Then we're gonna turn it the long way, and we're gonna score a whole bunch of little scorings. So the first one is 2 3/4. I'm gonna score it. Move it over to 3 1/4 and score it. Move it over to 3 3/4 and score it. Then we're going to move down here and do 3 more score lines. So 7 1/4, 7 3/4. Got to get my head in here so I can see it. There we go. 7 3/4, and then 8 1/4. 8 1/4 is your last measurement right there. All right, so now you just have to hope that you can see all your score lines. Oh, we can see them much better on that side. Should have used that side. Yeah, but this one's cuter. All right, so I'm gonna fold on the 2 long sides first. So we have the one that's shorter, this one is shorter, this one is longer. So it's not going to be even when you score it. Okay, so this one is actually the bottom. This is what's going to fit on the inside of the card. So even though we've primed it by scoring it, we don't need it. So we're going to open it back up. Now we're going to take these score lines and we're going to fold them into a W. So we're going to take the center score line and fold it, and then fold these 2 back against it so that it makes like a little gusseted edge. So like this is the edge of the bag right here. Does that make sense? Are we all there? So you make kind of a little V. So center score line down here, score it, or I mean fold it backwards. Then this one goes forwards and this one goes forward. So that when we put it together, we have our little shopping bag. This makes it so that it folds flat in your card. All right, so let's go ahead and put some adhesive. You don't need to put any adhesive on this one. It's not going anywhere. So lay it flat so we can see where we need it. And put some adhesive right here. Use a pretty strong adhesive because you know that your recipient is going to want to play with this like I just did and open it and close it a million times. All right, so I'm going to set it up right here so that you can see what it looks like. Are we good? Okay, now, make sure he's on there. So now I have 2 little pieces of ribbons for the handles, and I do mine about 4.5 inches. You just do whatever you feel comfortable with, just so long as they don't stick out the edge of the card. This is the Pineapple Smoothie gingham ribbon from Fun Stamper's Journey. And I'm just gonna put a mini glue dot on each end of this. Well, if I can get it off. Okay, so then we're just going to kind of decide where we want our handles to be and use the glue dot to put them in there or stick them in there. Okay, so here's one handle. Now I'm going to do the same over here with these. Put a glue dot on each end. And then I'm just gonna squeeze it a little bit so that I can match it up exactly where I have my other one. Put it down and squeeze. And then just make sure that my handles are even. Isn't this cute? Super easy. All right, now this side does have a seam on it. And then remember, this is your 1/2 inch score line that we folded on, but we don't need it. We want it out because that's where we're gonna put adhesive on. So right now, I want you to take the one, well, not right now, but when you get ready to do it, I want you to take the side that has the seam on it and consider that your back side. And put your adhesive. You might want to use some tear and tape or something really strong. I actually prefer liquid adhesive, but I know that I won't be able to open it back up right away if I do it, you know, right now. So I'm gonna use this adhesive so I can pop it right back open. And then if it comes undone, I'll just redo it with some liquid adhesive. But I want to be able to show you what it does. So fold your cardstock for your card base in half. Take your sticky side, which is your seam side, and put it down. And you're going to put it right in the center of your fold line and just kind of visually just measure your middle area right there. And then I fold it and really put some pressure on it to make sure that it is nice and sealed. Then we're going to use right that little score line. Keep your adhesive between the score line and the seam, and put some adhesive all the way across here. Squish it down and fold your card again. All right, so now, are you ready? The first time you open it, you do have to kind of pop it into position, but it should work pretty darn well. So when you open it and you flatten it, sometimes you gotta give it a little help. Stick your finger in there to kind of help the bottom of it open that very first time. Or your crease tool, whatever you have. Just to kind of square up your ends. Isn't that an awesome idea? All right, and then just make sure that everything is still sealed. I don't know which way you can see it. See that? So that when you open it, it's perfectly straight. See that? Okay, now we're gonna fold it back up. And then I just like to kind of recrease it all, and now it's done. So every time you open it and you fold it flat, it's gonna open, close, open. Isn't that cool? And then to give it, you can put your little gift card in there, folds flat, and then you can mail it. I would bet that you do probably have to put that little that stamp on it that is like what is it, 1.5 ounces or something, the one that has a little bit of extra, because it does have a tiny bump in it, and especially if you're going to put the sequins on the front of it. So now we will just take our card front. I think I'm going to put my adhesive on here because I don't want to mess up my card yet, just in case my sequins aren't perfectly dry. And center this on here. Get it down on there. Normally I would turn this over and, you know, smush it all so that I don't get my fingers all over the white, but like I said, I don't want my sequins to come off yet. Okay, so what do you think? It's pretty, isn't it? And then look. Whoop! I just love this. I love this so much. I have a box one also that opens up into a box that I did at Christmas time. So maybe if you really like this one, at some point we'll do a Facebook Live with the box on it. But the bag, I think the shopping bag is so stinking cute. You could even put a little tag right there with their name on it or their to from, whatever you want to do. And then of course you have to buy your gift card that matches your paper. It doesn't matter where it is, it just has to match, right? And then close it. So it does actually close pretty flat. Not too bad. You have as much bulk right here as you do on the inside, so I'd try it on a regular stamp. Well, wait, I have sent it on a regular stamp. Who am I kidding? But anyway, super, super fun project for today. All right, I'm gonna leave it right there so you can take a look at it while I tell you. Oh, thanks for the hearts, that's fun. I'm going to tell you that Monday, Sarah and I will be back right here with our Assembled. Assembled season 1 is over, and then we are going to do a quick little get to know us and then a Q&A session because we've had so many people ask us so many questions, so we thought we would answer some. So if you have some questions that you want to ask live while we're on there, go ahead and get ready, but we will be back on Monday at 1 o'clock with an Assembled session. Alrighty, I'm gonna move this camera back around, so hold on just a second. Scoot it back. There we are. Yes, there we are. See, I have a new flower right there. I finished them. I kind of had this up before I got it ready, so I finally finished putting all my flowers up there. So anyway, we will see you Monday with a session of Assembled, and then I'll be back here next Thursday with another fun Facebook Live. So enjoy it. I want to see a whole bunch of these. Go make them. Super fun. All right, guys, have a good week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.